Joining me now is ProChain Capital President David Tawil, also joining the conversation all morning long. Mahoney Asset Management CEO Ken Mahoney and Maslansky & Partners President Lee Carter. Happy New Year. Welcome, one and all. David, to you first this morning. What are you watching for this week to keep these markets moving to the plus side?
Well, we're probably mostly watching political developments, frankly. There'll be, I think, decent sentiment in the markets first week, not necessarily indicative of the whole year, but there is a lot going on the political front, certainly with respect to Russia, and we want to see how that goes relative to other macro issues, certainly relating to oil and gas and also with respect to currency.
Well, speaking of oil and gas, OPEC is set to meet tomorrow to discuss its monthly oil output increases. Oil finishing up more than 55% in 2021, its best year since 2009. You can say oil prices, what will they do moving into the spring? You think they'll continue to surge? Tell us why.
I think prices are going to continue to go higher. A couple of reasons. First of all, OPEC Plus does not want to go ahead and raise output. They'd like to see higher prices. And frankly, Omicron has given them good reason to go ahead and hold up on raising any output. At the same time, we're seeing the economy continue to open up. I think most people believe Omicron will be, quickly passing variant, and the economy will continue to drive higher thereafter. And then, more broadly with respect to oil over the next, let's call it, decade or so, we're going to see an increase in consumption. We're not expected to achieve peak world consumption for at least another 10 to 15 years. And at the same time, based on the amount of money that's going into capital expenditure and development, the oil output, actually, according to Saudi Arabia, globally is going to go down by 30%. By the end of 2030. So we're going to have a major supply-demand imbalance, and that's just going to go ahead and push for higher prices.
Ken, jump in here.
So last year, nothing seemed to work with the old adages. The January barometer. As January goes, so goes the market. Well, January was a stinker, and then we had 7 months in a row of great markets. And then we had the sell in May go away, meaning maybe the market would sell off the summer, and we set records. Fast forward to Thanksgiving week, supposed to be a great week, and the Black Friday was the worst market we had in 70 years. So I was wondering how much stock you put into the January barometer, getting off to a good start, and any of the old adages, seasonality and so forth, as we kind of peak into 2022.
David, did you hear Ken?
I did. Certainly, I think I will agree with Ken in the sense of, for predictions of 2022, always expect the unexpected. Certainly, we all have views, and certainly that has a lot to do with, what we've seen over the past while. Things that we know about with regard to Fed raising rates, with respect to inflation, with respect to Omicron coming up that nobody expected. But certainly, we should continue to go ahead and expect things certainly that are unpredictable in the upcoming year. So, as a good investment advisor, asset manager, certainly remain on your toes, for those unpredictable events.
What about crypto in terms of the surge that we've seen with crypto? What about its performance in the new year? What are you expecting?
So, as a matter of fact, so ProChain Capital is a crypto-focused hedge fund. So that's one of the things that I spend a lot of time on. To go back to Ken, November and December were terrible for crypto. It ended the year on a down note, and I think it will be pretty easy to go ahead and retrace those gains. So you're talking about for Bitcoin, currently trading at about 47,000. Its peak was 64,000. And I think that will be easily achieved within the first quarter. There is a lot going on with respect to crypto. Bitcoin is certainly just one storyline that's going on there. The amount of development that's going on with respect to the entire crypto ecosystem is really mind-blowing. The House Financial Services Committee held its first hearing on crypto late last year. It seemed that a lot of legislators were very impressed and very supportive of the sector in terms of what it could do for equality in banking and democratizing financial markets. And there's going to be, I'd say on the one hand, a lot of development activity by those that are in the sector. And then on the other hand, what we haven't seen yet, and I expect this year to be really important with respect to it, is U.S. regulatory activity. I think we will start to see some good and hopefully consensus found regulations that will help the industry grow in 2022. So overall, whether it be Bitcoin or Ethereum, some of the other DeFi or smart contract tokens, I think that 2022 is going to be a great year for the crypto and for the fintech sector.
We didn't even get to talk about the Federal Reserve taking away the punch bowl, which could certainly have, again, with the expectation that the Federal Reserve not only will end its bond buying program in March, but then begin raising interest rates. And that's kind of a big question mark, and probably the reason that crypto sold off so dramatically and, as you said, had a horrible or terrible November and December. David, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you again very soon.
Thank you, Dagan.